Hi, hello, it's me again. I wanted to talk today about white privilege because I think a lot of people, and I'm hearing a lot of people say that they feel guilt. And a couple of people have told me that they've not wanted to address white privilege before because of the overwhelming sense of having to look at what you've done, having to look at your complicity, having to address your guilt, basically. And I want to say that that is a good thing. It's part of the process. And what I think is really important is that we remember that admitting you have white privilege is not admitting that you're a bad person. No one is saying that you're a bad person. It's not about being a good person or a bad person. All it's doing is reflecting and being honest. And I think we have to have compassion for ourselves in these situations because happy people learn quicker. I 100%, I promise you, if you're nice to yourself, you will learn quicker. It's not about, flogging yourself and telling yourself off for being a terrible person. That's not what anyone needs. It has to be a positive force. So it will feel shit. You will feel guilty. You will feel, sad that you've been complicit, and that's okay. Sit with that feeling. Let it be part of the reason that you want to continue learning. This is something that people of colour have no choice in. We've always experienced these feelings of discomfort. So you can definitely handle them for a bit and use them to push through. I think compassion is the most important thing. We have to be compassionate, and we have to have compassion for ourselves. I think whenever I try and challenge how I think about something, I always try, if I catch myself slipping, to just acknowledge that and say, this is not your fault. You are part of a system. For example, fat phobia. I've been really actively trying to decondition myself from ideas around fat phobia and putting more value in slim bodies than we do in bigger bodies. That is not my fault that I think like that. That is the media, that is capitalism, that is patriarchy, that is all these systems that tell us that we have to live in small bodies. I still catch myself devaluing myself and devaluing the bodies of people who are larger than me because I'm not as skinny, or they're not as skinny as, the next person. And when I do that, I try to just say, okay, that's shitty. I'm not going to beat myself up about it because that doesn't get me anywhere. I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm going to be nice to myself, and I'm going to say, that's really sad that you've been stuck in that mindset, and well done for keeping away from it. Well done for trying to push yourself out of it, and well done for acknowledging it. I'm not saying just acknowledge stuff and it's great, and I'm not saying there is no guilt, and I'm not saying, it's all going to be lovely and we should all just be like happy little bunnies, because it's hard. The things that we're talking about are really hard and really painful. So you have to be nice to yourself, and the point of acknowledging white privilege is not to make you feel like a terrible person. Like, there is no concept of good and bad. It just is how it is, and we have to do the work. Especially white people have to do the work. I'm doing the work, to work on my prejudices. You can definitely do the work for this. I believe in you. Ask me any questions if you want. And as always, Black Lives Matter.